वंशऋषिभ्यो महद्भ्यो नमो गुरुभ्यः। सर्वोपप्लवरहितः प्रज्ञानघनः प्रत्यगर्थो ब्रह्मैवाहमस्मि। ब्रह्मैवाहमस्मि। वेदांतार्थ विभासकाय गुरवे शांताय सन्यासिने नानावादीनकेन्द्र संघपवये योगीन्द्रवन्द्याय च मोहध्वान्तदिवाकराय भगवत्पादाभिधां बिभ्रते तस्मै भाष्यकृते नमोऽस्तु सततं पूर्णाय बोधात्मने। ब्रह्माहं यत्प्रसादेन मयि विश्वं प्रकल्पितं श्रीमत्स्वयं प्रकाशाख्यं प्रणौमि जगतां गुरुं। यः परमात्मा जगत्सृष्ट्वा प्रविवेश पुनः स्वयं तं कृष्णं प्रत्यगात्मानं वन्दे गोपी मनोहरम्। यस्य प्रसादादहमद्वयात्मा विश्वं समस्तं मयि कल्पितं च तं सर्वलोकैकगुरुं सदा श्री स्वयं प्रकाशं गुरुमानतोऽस्मि। गुरूणां चरणां भोजं प्रणिपत्य निरन्तरं तत्कृपालेशतोऽद्वैत चिन्ताकौस्तुभमारभे। In explaining what is apavad, one thing which comes up as, the first thing which comes up is it is a nishchaya, meaning it is a form of cognition. But this cognition is nishchayatmika vritti, meaning it is a conclusive understanding, nishchaya. That you come to a firm understanding. If it remains in the form of a firm belief, this entire endeavor takes a different route and it becomes upasana. But if it has gone through the route of understanding, then it is going to be apavad, nishchaya. Right. Then, in the commentary section, 114, poyam apavadaha iti akamishayam tatsvarupamaha. Now, its nature is being spelled out. Apavado nama adhishthane bhrantya pratitasya tadvyatirekena abhava nishchaya. When questioned, what is that? Apavada, this should be the answer. Apavado nama adhishthane bhrantya tadvyatirekena abhava pratitasya tadvyatirekena abhava nishchaya. Every pada, every word of this line is important because it has a certain role to play. Now, uktameva artham udaharati. How? That what was spelled out in the definition is explained through the illustration. Example. Yatha shuktyado bhrantya pratitasya rajatadehe Shukti Vyatirekena Nedam Rajatam Kintu Shuktihi iti abhava nishchayaha. It is an abhava nishchaya, like how that the silver has no existence or absolutely absent without the shell. Like that, it is abhava nishchaya. Ayameva badho vilapanam iti cha uchyate. This itself is called as badha, the falsification. Okay. Also, it is called as the dissolution, vilapanam. Vilapanam iti cha uchyate. Nanu, in the commentary, Nanu tattvamusyadi vakyartha jnanat ajnana tat karyam badhyate. Now, we have heard that it is through the knowledge rising from the Tattvamasi Mahavakya, the ignorance and the effects of ignorance are all falsified. Badhyate. Now, to use the word destruction is very rudimentary. So the technical word given over here, instead of saying nasha, nashyate, we will say badhyate. Instead of just saying like dhamsa, a part when struck by with a stick or something is destroyed. So this destruction of the part, you are going to say, is absence of what do they say? A latter, a post absence, pradhamsa, absence of the pot. Like how you have a prior absence of the pot before the pot is created, there is also an absence of the pot. Now also there is absence of the pot. After the pot was created and then destroyed, there is an absence of the pot. There is no pot now. So now, what is the difference between the earlier and this particular absence? So we give it a technical term. So in both the cases, you're not going to find a pot to fill the water before the pot is created and even after the pot is destroyed. So the first one we are going to say is pragabhava, meaning the prior absence. And after the destruction of the pot, it is called as dhamsa. Dhamsa meaning the posterior absence. Now, this is the nasha, this is destruction of the pot. Can we use the same word for destruction of ignorance as destruction of ignorance? How just saying, in the for a common person, it wouldn't be of much, significance. But when you are going to enter into the corridors of, proper discussions, you just simply cannot use it. Because after the pot is destroyed, the fragments of the pot are still left behind, are they not? The fragments are found. Say suppose with the rise of the knowledge of the rope, you have known the rope, so the snake is destroyed. Does the snake leave any residue after its destruction like the pot was destroyed? Because the pot would leave the fragments as its residue. And that's why you can say the pot is destroyed. Can you say that the snake also has left something behind? Or the ignorance of the rope has left something behind? No, sir. There are no fragments left. Nothing is found. And that's why you cannot just simply use the word nasha or dhamsa for avidya dhamsa. You can't say there is nothing like avidya dhamsa. Okay. Then, sir, what is it? What is it? So there is a technical term to it, and that is called as apavad. Okay, falsification, apavad. So in English, we may not have an equivalent term, or for the lack of my vocabulary, we will still keep using the word apavad. But you understand it is destruction of ignorance that we are talking about. But this destruction is not like the destruction of a pot, which means dhamsa. What is the avidya nasha? Technically called as bath. Okay, not bath. You know, English bath nahi. It is bath. Okay. Nanu tattvanusyadi vakyartha jnanat ajnana tat karyam badhyate. Right. Then he gives you that the quotation, and he says, Tattvanusyadi vakyotha samyagdhi janma matrataha avidya sahakaryena nasidasti bhavishyati iti. Now, it is only by the knowledge, simply, what has happened? That the Tattvamasi Mahavakya was heard. Corresponding to it, a vritti is born, a cognition is then generated, and vakyotha samyagdhi. This is the samyagdhi. Okay? Buddhi, samyak buddhi is samyak. The right knowledge is born. Okay, right knowledge means error-free. Doubtless. Samyagdhi means doubtless. Error-free knowledge is born. And janma matra, just by its presence, just by its coming into existence, what happens? Samyagdhi janma matrataha avidya sahakaryena, ignorance along with its effects. Karyena saha. Sahakaryena means karyena saha. Avidya sahakaryena nasid, was not there. Asti, na asti is not there. Na bhavishyati, and will not be there ever again. Will never be there. No, again is not the right thing. Who is not there, will not be there, was not there. This is like the snake was not there, the snake is not there, the snake won't be there. It is a rope. Like that, avidya and avidya karyam meaning the effects of avidya. Now you understand. Projections, you know. Na bhavishyati, will not be there. This is the nature of that badha. Tat karyam badhyate. Vartika vachanat. Sir, who has said this? Vartikara, Bhagavan Sureshwaracharya. So Asmadadinam ghatashyanena ghatashnyana nivrittivad aham brahmasmiti brahmasakshatkarena tad ajnana nivrittehe vidvad anubhava siddhatvat cha iti vadanti. Now for us, just like how there was, I do not know what this object is, and then you come to know it is a pot. Now, asmadadi ghatashyanena, just as in this case where you have now known ghata, the pot knowledge which has taken place, ghatashyanena ghatashnyana nivrittivat. exactly like, and then after what has happened? The ghata ajnanam, ignorance about, ignorance regarding the ghata, the pot, is gone. Like that, ghata jnana nivrittivad, aham brahmasmi, this knowledge that I am Brahman, this knowledge, brahmasmiti brahma sakshatkarena tad ajnana nivrittehe, this ignorance is then removed. Vidvad anubhava, ha, vidvad anubhava siddhatvat. Iti vadanti tatra koyam badha. And the process is just exactly like any knowledge taking place, whether it is Ghatashyanam or Brahmashyanam taking place. In both the cases, the ignorance is removed. Just like the ignorance is removed over there, here also the ignorance is removed. Vidvat anubhava siddhatvacha. And this is how the Vidvat, meaning the enlightened people, have said so. Tatra koyam badha. And therefore now the question is, what exactly is this badha? The falsification, the removal of ignorance. What is that? Koyam badha. Iti akanshayam. When this is the question, I am apavadaha, what we have explained to you as apavad. What we have explained to you as apavad itself is badha. So badha is nothing different. What is it? Apavada only. This apavada itself is called as badha. Iti uchyate. What is apavada? Apavado nama adhisthane bhrantya pratitasya tad vyatirekena bhavanishchayaha. Okay, let us say this vakyam 2 more times so that it remains with us. Because now, what is this badha? Badha is apavada only. What is apavada? Apavado nama adhisthane bhrantya pratitasya tad vyatirekena abhavanishchayaha. Again, apavado nama adhisthane bhrantya pratitasya tad vyatirekena abhavanishchayaha. Okay. This itself, iti akanshayam, I am apavadaha apavadas eva badha iti uchyate iti aha ayameva. This is what is meant when the teacher says ayameva badho vilapanam iti chochyate. This apavada itself is called as badha. This apavada is only called as vilapanam. Oh, the world is then dissolved. Hey, dissolved means what? Like sugar in the water or what? Like the sugar in your tea? What do you mean by that? Dissolved. Here we say it means apavada only. Hey, that dissolution is not some sort of, now gone, mixed in the water. Now only water is seen. Tad vyatirekena abhavanishchayaha. Pratitasya tad vyatirekena abhavanishchayaha. Kim tad adhisthane bhatya pratitasya. Okay. Saeva badha iti chochyate. Yatra yat pratiyate tatra tasya trishu kaleshu atyanta bhavanishchayo badha. Now, over there, in your, there is a little misprint. Trishu Kaleshu, just make over there Trishu Kaleshu. Kaleshwa. Kaleshwa. Okay, this misprint. Tatra yat pratiyate. Tatra tasya trishu kaleshvatyanta bhava nishchayo badha. And therefore, that what is seen where is absent in all the three periods of time. It's this absolute absence of that object is called as badha. Tam vibhajate. Now, this badha is shown with its different facets, aspects. What are these three different aspects of the badha? Such a badha trividha is threefold. This badha is threefold. Such a badha trividha. What are the threefold distinctions of the badha? Shastriya badha, yauktika badha, and then pratyaksha badha, pratyakshashcheti trividhyam. This is the threefold thing. So first of all, now the Nama Sankirtanam is done. Now he will tell us what exactly is meant by each badha. So what do we remember? What is badha? Badha is apavada itself. Okay. What is apavada? Yatra yat pratiyate yad adhikaraneshu athva adhisthane yat pratiyate tad vyatirekena tasya bhava nishchaya is called as apavad. This badha is again of three types. This badha is shastriya badha, yauktika badha, pratyaksha badha. Now, in the original work, Mula Grantha, Athatadesho neti neti neha nanasti kinchana ityadi shastran brahma vyatirekena prapanchabhava nishchayaha shastriyo badha adyam vyutpadayati. The first one, first type of badha is explained. How? That, underline this part of that text. Shastrad should be there. Shastrad Brahma Vyatirekena Prapanchabhava Nishchayaha Shastriyo Badha. What is called as Shastriya Badha? Meaning, Shastriya meaning the scriptural falsification. What is it? How would you translate it to English? Scriptural falsification. Shastra, because now the understanding is rising from the Shastra. About the Shastra. What is it? Shastra Brahma Vyatirekena Prapanchabhava Nishchaya. From the Shastra, you understand something that is meant by those sentences. Those sentences are regarding the world. And it says that Prapancha Bhava, Brahma Vyatirekena, because other than the Karana, the Karyam does not exist. There is no existence of the effect apart from the cause. Like this cloth, the fibers in this cloth are the cause. The cloth is the effect. Say suppose if you decide to remove the fibers, or the strings, the threads, will you have this, will this cloth be existing anymore? So what is this? This is nothing but those strings in a particular arrangement is the cloth. Cloth has got no existence of its own. Cause and effect. Other than the cause, the effect does not have an independent existence. This lack of independent existence other than the cause is called as badha. Tadvyatirekena tasya bhava. Shastrat Brahma Vyatirekena Prapancha Bhava Nishchaya. Now, because of the Shastra, now you have understood that the world does not have any independent existence apart from Brahman. Okay, Brahma Vyatirekena Prapancha Bhava Nishchaya. This is called as Shastriya Badha, and for which he has given you two sentences which allow you to understand this, which have allowed this understanding to take place. What is that? Atha atadesho neti neti. Okay. Sentences like these. Atha adesho. Adesho means over here upadesha. Atha adesho neti neti. No, not this, not this. Denied is not there, is not there. Like the cloth is not there without the fibers. The pot is not there without the clay. Nehananasti kinchana. So also over here, iha meaning adhishthane. Now, of course, the adhikaranam is meant. Location is said. Iha, here. What is not there? Na iha na nasti. Over here, multiplicity is not there. Here means in Brahman, multiplicity is not there. So sentences like these have allowed your cognition, allowed you to cognize absence of world without its cause. So other than Brahman, the world does not have any independent existence. Mrid vyatirekena ghatabhava nishchayavat nikhila karani bhuta brahma vyatirekena nikhila prapancha bhavam nishchitya drishyamanasya mithyatva nishchayena brahmatma matratva nishchayo yautika badha. Now, the second type of badha, falsification, is called as yauktika badha. Yauktika means through a logical understanding. Yukti. Yauktika badha. So the first one we have seen, Shastriya Badha. Now the second one is Yauktika Badha. Dvitiyam Vyutpadayati Brudvyatirekena. Now the second one, the teacher starts explaining the second type of Badha from beginning with the sentence Mrudvyatirekena. Mrid Vyatirekena, Mrid meaning clay. Mrid Vyatirekena, other than this clay, Ghatabhava Nishchayavat. Absence of clay without the, absence of pot without the clay. Other than the clay, there is nothing there. The name, the form, and all the functions of the pot are also possible because of the clay. So clay itself, but clay has not undergone any change. Clay remains clay. So over here, that's why Ghatabhava Nishchayavat. Over there is, in the clay, there is Ghatabhava. Because clay is not Ghatam. The clay is not the pot. Because everywhere, wherever you are going to find clay, it is not a pot. But wherever you are going to find a pot, Clay definitely is there. Clay has its independent existence, but the pot does not have any independent existence, and therefore, mridavyatire. How would we say that? Mridavyatirekena ghatabhava nishchaya. Like this ghatabhava nishchaya, nikhila karani bhuta, the karanam, the paramakaranam, the ultimate cause of everything, that is Brahman. Ultimate cause, nikhila karani bhuta brahmavyatirekena, because now we have seen jagat karanatvam when we were thinking about the vachartha of tatpada. You remember? What is the vachartha of tatpada? Jagat karanam. How Brahman has become the jagat karanam, we have seen. Abhinna nimittopadana karanatvena. Like that. Nikhila karani bhuta brahma vyatirekena nikhila prapancha bhavam nishchitya. Drishyamanasya, nikhila means all. Total. Drishyamanasya mithyatva nishchayena, and therefore that what is seen, experienced, etc., is only what is an appearance. That what is called as an anatma is only an appearance. Nishchayena brahmatma matratva nishchayo yautika badha. And then finally coming to this, that Atma is Brahman, Brahman is Atma, and other than this Brahmavastu, other than this Brahmatma, nothing. There is the Anatma which is now extended in front, expanded in front of this, front of us, as this world, which includes even this body, mind structure, and everything right up to Brahmand, the totality of all universe, gross, subtle. So now we are saying not only the physical world, but even the subtle world and the causal world too. What is its status? Is an appearance. And what is real? Then this Atma, which is Brahman, iti nishchayaha. Till this point, you have till one has arrived at this point of nishchaya, firm understanding. Firm meaning clear understanding, doubtless understanding, error-free understanding. Till one has come to this nishchaya, this conclusive understanding, it cannot be called as yauktika badha. Okay? Yauktika badha, because you may come to the shastriya badha. Well, according to the Shruti, the world is an appearance in Brahman, and Brahman is Atma, according to the Shruti. But you know, how is that possible? Which means there is a demand to know a logical sequence. You want to know the logic behind it. A proper explanation needs to be provided. So over there, yauktika badha is required. You will have to satisfy this demand if there is the demand to provide a logical explanation has to be there. Yauktika badha. Then what is now pratyaksha badha is said. Tritiyam vyutpadayati. The third badha, third type of badha is explained. Tattvanusanthani vakya janya sakshatkarena ajnana tatkarya nivrittihi pratyaksha badha. that which is direct. Now what you are going to call as experience. Okay. Experience is also knowledge only. Knowledge from which all the doubts, etc., have been resolved. Such knowledge is what you call as experience. Again and again, I have to come back to this topic because people will carry this idea that, sir, enough of knowledge. We don't want knowledge. We want experience now. Hey, experience is nothing but it is knowledge only. Knowledge from where the factors acting as obstacles have been removed. Such knowledge is called as an experience. It is called as an experience. Listen to this. Vyavadhana sahitam jnanam is called as paroksha jnanam. Vyavadhana rahitam jnanam is called as aparoksha jnanam. Aparoksha jnanam itself means experience, direct knowledge. Direct meaning now there is nothing that is that there is nothing present which makes it indirect, no obstacle in between. I will explain this again. Look at it. We have a little time. Let's use this. Because people get into this idea of experience and knowledge and all these things. Now, if a person who's looking at the smoke rising from the mountain 5 kilometers away, he says, there is smoke in the mountain. I know there is smoke in the mountain. All right. This is acceptable because your eyes are able to perceive the smoke, and that's why you are saying there is smoke in the mountain. Right. But now he says there is fire in the mountain. He has not seen the flames of the fire 5 kilometers away, nor has he felt the heat on the skin to say that there is fire in the mountain. But he says there is fire in the mountain. I know there is fire in the mountain. So there is knowledge about the fire which cannot be seen, which has not been felt. So without direct perception, yet he says there is fire in the mountain. What has allowed him to know there is fire in the mountain? Don't tell me just smoke. No, there is something prior. That smoke at present has only become the linga, has become an indication. But he already has the knowledge of association between smoke and the fire. Wherever there is smoke, there is fire. Yatra yatra dhumaha tatra tatra vannihi. Knowledge. This is the rule. Though he may not see the vanni meaning fire, though he does not see the fire, yet the smoke allows him to know there is fire. So now he knows there is fire in the mountain. He has a knowledge, but This knowledge of the fire in the mountain is with an obstacle. What is the obstacle? Time and space. He is away from that mountain, 5 kilometers away. If he travels and goes close to it, he may now see the flames as well as feel the heat. Okay, this is direct knowledge. Why does it, and what is the knowledge? There is fire in the mountain. What is the knowledge? There is, which he had even previously, there is fire in the mountain. But previously, though he had the same knowledge, but that knowledge was with vyavadhana, was with some sort of an obstacle. And hence, that knowledge which is with some sort of an obstacle, now in this case of the mountain and the fire, is the time and space. What is the vyavadhanam? Time and space is the vyavadhanam, is the obstacle. Like that, whatever may be the obstacle, wherever there is knowledge that is taking place with obstacle, it is called as indirect knowledge. Paroksha jnanam. When will it be called as direct knowledge or a direct experience? It will become a direct experience only when from the obstacles have gone away, are removed from the knowledge. Good enough. So what do you need? Knowledge. And if it is indirect, if the knowledge seems to be indirect, if the knowledge seems to be not your experiential knowledge, don't turn it into experience. Remove the obstacles. Identify what is the obstacle and remove the obstacle. If the obstacle is removed, this knowledge itself is called as an experience. Therefore, there is no need to hunt for an experience. Otherwise, all our life will be spent only hunting for experience of God. I want to experience God. Some sort of mystical experience, or I want some lights to revolve around my eyes. Okay. Then he found out that it is something that is revolving around it, just fireflies around. What? Therefore, pratyakshabadha tattvamasya aham brahmasmiti tattvamasya vakya janya sakshatkarena ajnana tatkarya nivrittihi pratyakshabadha. What is called as pratyakshabadha? Ajnana tatkarya nivrittihi. Ignorance along with its effects. अविद्या अपने बच्चे कच्चे सब लोगों के परिवार के साथ झोला झंडा उठा के भाग गई. How did that happen? Aham brahmasmi iti. Okay. Now, what is the nature of that knowledge? I am Brahman. Doubtlessly, this I is Brahman. Aham brahmasmi iti. Tattvamasya vakya janya. How is it taking place? Through the vakyam. It is taking place through the vakyam, the sentence. Which sentence? The sentence which the teacher has spoken, the Shastra has delivered. Tattvamasi, you are that. When it is said, you are that, what is his knowledge? Aham Brahma. This knowledge is now experienced. In this experience, the ignorance and the effects of ignorance, everything is gone. this is falsified. This is called as pratyakshabadha. Okay, tatkarya nivritti. Tatkarya means avidya. Avidya and avidya karyam, both of them go away. This is the pratyakshabadha. There is a very, very intense process which is of the yauktika badha the teacher gives you, and according to this teacher now, it's not just simply logic, but this also implies the process of dhyana and samadhi. Okay, over here, dhyana and samadhi, because this is how it is going to come under that. So the prelude to your meditation over here is understanding. Yauktika badhasya ayam kramaha. So we will just look at this particular part from the Moola Grantha, and the commentary goes into the detailed explanation. And more details you will have to discover all by yourself when you're sitting. Then it is going to be yauktika badha. Okay? But remember the definition of all. What is apavad? This apavad itself is called as badha. Badha or vilapanam is apavad, nothing else. And this badha is also of three kinds: shastriya, yauktika, and pratyaksha. Okay, these are the three kinds. Yauktika, just the sentence, and then we will come back to the topic, because this is a little bit, you can turn it into sadhana paksha. Okay, turn it into a little sadhana. Every day when you're going to sit for meditation, this is what it means. Yauktika badhasya ayam kramaha. Sthula prapancham sarvamapi sthula bhuteshu vidapya. Now, this gross world is dissolved in the gross panchamahabhutas. Sthula prapancham sarvamapi sthula bhuteshu vilapya tad vyatirekena tannasti iti nishchitya. Acha, the vilapya means, okay, dissolving it back into some sort of no imagination over here. It simply means tad vyatirekena tannasti iti nishchitya. What is that vilapanam? Don't imagine that there is some sort of a, we have to have some, all this world now, like, is dissolved, all, people are losing their faces and everything. No. What does it mean? It means tad vyatirekena tannasti. Otherwise, we will start imagining the world of all names and forms is melting away. This is not some wax museum. Tad vyatirekena tannasti iti nishchitya. So it is again a nishchaya. Then sthula bhutani. Now what is there? All the various names and forms are nothing but the 5 mahabhutas. Shabda sparsha rupa rasa gandharpakam. This world is just this 5 mahabhutas. And which mahabhutas? Sthula, the grossified pancha mahabhutas. What is the grossification? Where the tamoguna amsha of each mahabhuta has come together, mixing up with the other four Mahabhutas becomes the Panchikaranam, if you remember. And this is how it is, the grossified world is experienced. So Sthula Bhutani, and this is what you just call as the physical world. This is your physical world. Beyond this physical world, there is this subtle world. This subtle world, this subtle world of Bhutani, Samashti, Vyashti, Sukshma Sharirancha, Sukshma Bhuteshu Vilapya. Then turn your attention to all the Indriyas, Dasha Indriyas, meaning the Jnanendriyas and Karmendriyas and the Panchapranas. All this which Antakaranam, which constitute these four things which constitute the subtle body, now is dissolved into the subtle Mahabhutas. Sukshma Bhuteshu Vilapya. Then furthermore, what is left now is only the Pancha Mahabhutas. Even the difference of this gross and subtle is gone, and what is there? Only this Pancha Mahabhutas. Now, over there, the earth is dissolved into the water. Meaning, just don't think, as if you're mixing clay in a glass of water. No. Prithvi gets dissolved into the Ab, meaning Prithvim Apsu Vilapya Apastejasi. The Apa, meaning the water, is absorbed into the fire. Now, what do you mean by all this? It simply means tad vyatirekena tad abhava nishchaya. Tejo vayum akashe akasham ajnane ajnanam chinmatre vilapaye. And then this fire into the wind into the space into the unmanifest. Ajnanam, that which is unmanifest, dark, unmanifest. Over here in the unmanifest, the subtle Mahabhutas have gone there. And this unmanifest is dissolved into the self. Chinmatre, in the consciousness alone. Now what is there? Only consciousness. Just, and therefore this Vilapanam is Yautika Badha. This we will have to see more in detail, for which recall the entire process of how this prapancha, this world, has come into existence, has been explained, a model has been given, and we will follow that. Of the Panchamahabhutas, we will follow that. All right. So about it, we will see when we meet next. So today, this much is enough. Brahmaham yat prasadena mai vishwam prakalpitam Shrimat Swayam Prakashakhyam Pranavami Jagatam Guru Yah Paramatma Jagat Srishtva Pravivesha Punaswayam Tang Krishnam Pratyagatmanam Vande Gopi Manoharam Yasya Prasadad Hamatvayatma Vishwam Samhastam Mayi Kalpitancha Tan Sarvalokaika Gurum Sada Shri स्वयं प्रकाशं गुरुमानतोऽस्मि गुरूणां चरणां भोजं प्रणिपत्य निरन्तरं तत्कृपालेशतो द्वैत चिन्ताकौस्तुभमारभे ॐ पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः. Thank you all. Thank you very much. Yes. We will meet on Tuesday morning. We may not have the class on Monday morning. And if at all we will have, it will be announced to you about if we are able to hold the class or not. But definitely we are meeting on Tuesday morning. Thank you very much.